Welcome back to another daily tarot card. These are your daily tarot cards for Friday, April 16th, 2021. Today we're pulling from the Astrology Answers tarot cards. So we have the Ten of Pentacles, and I feel like this is like the ultimate, this is what we want in life. It's the ultimate yes card in the minor arcana. It also talks about safety and security. It's all about our home, our relationships, our children, our parents, the kids' grandparents. Ultimate security card, ultimate success card. And I feel like this is what we kind of realize, that I feel like this is what we want in life. And we're talking about the devil. The devil keeps coming up, what we're chained to, what we need to release, what is hindering us. And I feel like with the Three of Swords, I feel like this is negative self-talk saying we're not worthy of this. And it's like, why not? Why are we not worthy of happiness? We always try to be everyone, like we were talking about the the Queen of Cups. It's like, why is everybody else okay to have, this ultimate happiness? We always try to make sure everyone's having that happiness, but we don't. We don't sit there and make sure we have that, and it doesn't make sense. We have the Ten of Swords, so we're finally releasing. We're forgiving ourselves for being a doormat. We're forgiving ourselves for allowing someone to stab ourselves in the back, and we're releasing that. We're releasing the past, and we're forgiving ourselves, and we're moving forward. And I feel like with Judgment, this is an emotional situation, to release an environment or release an addiction, to substance abuse, relationship and environment. And I feel like we're overcoming, we're no longer thinking with our heart, but thinking with our, because we're reaching out to the sky. We're using our head. We're using our head over heart and saying, you know what? As much as we have a good heart, you know what? We need to use that love for ourselves. We need to call in that love to ourselves. So with the Ten of Pentacles, wealth, financial security, family, long-term success, contribution. So we're contributing to our life. We're sitting there contributing to ourselves. We're putting ourselves first. We're sitting there and saying, you know what? Wake up. We're just as worthy as this as anyone else is. So with the Ten of Pentacles is an exciting card to see, no matter what you're asking the tarot about. It is most definitely a yes card when it arrives, and you're going to have all of your dreams fulfilled. If you're asking about love and see this card, the answer is the partner you're asking about is in for the long haul and wants to create a stable and happy life with you. The same applies when you're asking about work or money. Money and work matters will not be a problem when the Ten of Pentacles arrives, and you're about to get exactly what you asked for in the way of success when this card appears. So they're saying you're realizing that, you know what, I am worthy of being loved. I'm worthy of having that safety and security. Why am I always sacrificing my happiness for someone else? They're happy. They're sitting there because we sat there and we contributed to them, but here we are, the cheese stands alone. They're not here. They're not standing by our side. So with the Three of Swords, negative self-talk, release pain, optimism, forgiveness. We're forgiving ourselves for whatever this piercing in the heart is. We have, like I said, the Queen of Cups. We always make sure everyone's doing good, but it's like, what about ourselves? That negative self-talk. We are not worthy of this. Why not? Why are we not worthy of this? You got to ask yourself, why am I not worthy of this love? Why am I always giving and not receiving? If your cup of love is not being filled, doesn't matter what relationship it is in life, then it's time to sit there and be, kind of analyze that. So the Three of Swords encourages you to pay attention to your inner thoughts and self-talk. Your words are powerful, especially those you repeat to yourselves day after day. You may be prone to self-criticism, limiting beliefs, and negative self-talk. You may identify an inner mean person who is constantly telling you that you are not good enough. When you hear these negative thoughts come up, ask yourself whether you would utter these words to a friend or a loved one. So it's, you know what I mean? Like sometimes we hear this as children. We're X, Y, and Z, and then we grow up, and it's like that's what is repeated in our head, and then sometimes we don't break that cycle and we end up repeating it to our children. And it's like we can't do that. We have to break the cycle. So with the Three of Swords, experiencing challenges in your relationships, the reverse Three of Swords serves as a reminder to be a peacemaker. So be the bigger person here. Maybe you were upset at someone else or a different situation, and you took it out on your partner. They always say we always take it out on our loved ones. So it's like we got to change that. Admit, you know what? I'm really sorry. When you realize you made a mistake, And, work on bettering that. Work on no longer allowing that to, hinder your life. You know what's funny with the Three of Swords here? Kind of looks like a Triton or an M, like a Scorpio. Isn't that funny? I just noticed that now. But it's all about forgiveness of ourselves. Always think before you speak, and you will not regret it later. And it's like to show that you're grown, or you're trying to better yourself. It's like, you know what? I'm going to try to catch myself before, if obviously I'm going through it, I'm going to go for a walk. Or I'm just going to distance myself because I don't want to sit there and take it out on people that don't deserve it. So with the Ten of Swords, recovery, regeneration, resisting an inevitable end. So we know that it's, especially when it's someone that we're close to, if we're cutting out a person, it's hard to sit there and it's easier to speak it than actually do it. And maybe you find yourself slipping back into it because you're so used to, that person's probably so used to getting their way with you. So then they start treating you a certain way. Like, how dare you have boundaries? And then you're like, oh, maybe I'm wrong. And you let them do it again because now they know they can no longer do it to you. They cannot benefit from you. And that pisses them off. So you got to sit there and make a stance for yourself. And sometimes they do exit your life. And you know what? That's on them. The Ten of Swords indicates that you are combating an inevitable change or ending because you are not ready to face up what is happening. Whatever, the more you resist, the more this situation will continue to drag on. So it's time to rip off the bandage, however painful it may be, and get this over with so you can start fresh. And it's true. It's just like, you know what? No matter what I do, no matter how I explain to them, no matter what boundaries I set up, they're always going to do this. And it's just like, like they said, it's just sometimes it's better just to cut off. So the Ten of Swords reverse can appear when as a welcome sign that the pain and sadness that you've been feeling is ending. When upside down, the swords on the man's back look like they're falling out, releasing him of the pain and hurt he has been suffering. You are releasing the memories of the past and allowing yourself the opportunity to move forward with a sense of renewal, hope for the future. So you're sitting there and it's like, you know what? It may not look like what I thought it would look like, or you know what I mean? Sometimes we think we're going to have someone in our life all the time for the rest of our lives, for the rest of their lives. And it's sometimes, the painful truth is, we can't, because they're, unfortunately, some people just are who they are. They're never going to change. And sometimes, that's the hard pill we have to swallow. So we have our day of judgment coming in. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, ambition. We're finally listening to our head. It's they're showing like a coconut knocking us in the head. But sometimes it's hard, when you sit there and it's like, you reach this absolution, you reach this aha moment, and it's just like, oh my gosh. With me, it's like that one relationship defined a lot, like every relationship I've ever been in. And it's just like, that's a hard pill to swallow. And it's just like, changing that going forward. When judgment appears in your day, know that you have followed the course of faith well and your rewards are about to come in. This is the major arcana card of rebirth and an interjection of new energy into an old situation. When judgment's before you, you receive not only clarity, but the answers to your journey thus far, relating to your lessons and blessings. When this card appears, your day of judgment is upon you, and you may not appear overnight. Continue your exercise of patience, but it will happen. Your day of absolution is here, and you're about to come full circle on a key matter. So they're saying, like, even though you sit there and you're working through to this ultimate, Ten of Pentacles, you're releasing the pain of the past and the way that you talk to yourself and setting up those boundaries so people no longer, sometimes we may slip, but you know what? They're saying, universe is saying, be patient with yourself. It will happen. Just make baby steps towards that. We don't have to be mean. We don't, it's just some people are oblivious to their what they do, or that they just don't care. And it's just like, what? Baby steps. It takes, building blocks. Start putting one brick by brick. And before you know it, you're going to build a brick house around yourself. And, you'll get to that Ten of Pentacles. So be kind to yourself in this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed these daily tarot cards for Friday, April 16th, 2021. May the universe bless you good. We'll see you for the next daily tarot card. Bye.